Russ showed us a vault. We saw some original flies from the innovators themselves. So we're going to go check it out.
You're not allowed in.
That's a big brown bro.
What's going on today? We're going to Umpqua. That's what's going on. They've invited us in to come see their shop or their warehouse or their place. And we've been told it's awesome.
So we got all of us here, even Lance there in the back.
That's Lance Egan right there. Excuse me, sir. I'd like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Love to have that conversation with you, sir.
See, they're friendly here. This is Russ.
Hey, guys.
And we're at Umpqua. And we're stoked.
Glad you're here.
I stole your pen to make the formal microphone, but we're here to do a behind the brand with Umpqua. We're going to talk. When I say we, Russ is going to do most of the talking, hopefully. Explain to us what the heck they even do out here.
I'm not sure. It's pretty complex, but it's a lot of fun.
All right, today we have been granted special access to an archive of all the signature Fly Tires flies, original recipes, original materials. This is one of the coolest things that I think that we've seen at Umpqua. Anyway, so we're going to go in there. We've been sworn to secrecy. We've signed NDAs, but we're sneaking the camera in, and we're going to turn Cheech and Russ loose on the archive room.
All right, so we are in back rooms of Umpqua. There's a vault, I've heard, but the signature program at Umpqua is amazing, right? You guys have been the grandfathers of that whole program for the industry, right?
Pioneers, if you will.
Pioneers, yeah, absolutely. Grandfathers, pioneers, whatever old person you want to think of, that's how long they've been doing this signature fly program. But we have a really cool thing. Russ showed us a vault. We saw some original flies from the innovators themselves. So we're going to go check it out.
You're not allowed in.
And this is the time we go under lock and key, right? This is locked up.
This is locked up.
Sick.
So before I open us up and as we get in here, the Umpqua Signature Fly Designer Program started back 1972, kind of the basis of what Umpqua was founded on, and came out of the idea that Dennis Black and Randall Kaufman on the banks of North Umpqua used to sit there and tie flies across the desk from one another. And they'd listen to music. And it was like a challenge as they're tying commercially for some of their customers back east and in the west, how many flies they could get done per song. So they'd sit there, rap,
Wow.
right? How many
Per song.
Per song. And so they're doing that. And Randall had this idea one day. He said, well, wouldn't it be cool if we could get paid for flies like they get paid for a song on the radio, like a royalty program?
Oh,
And so fast forward a couple of years, they'd figured out some factory needs, and production tying at the time, overseas flies were absolute trash, kind of came unraveled as they flew through the air practically. And Dennis said, I'm going to change the way this whole thing works. I'm going to go teach our factories to tie flies the same way I tie, using the same materials I use to uphold that quality. So from the moment of inception, quality was kind of top. And then it said, well, let's get some people's names to help promote these flies we're going to tie overseas in bulk. And so the first person that Dennis approached with this idea was Dave Whitlock. And it was the
as you do. The guy. Yeah.
Top dog.
Yes.
Big name. And so at the 1971 Federation of Fly Fishers, he approached Dave and said, hey, I got this idea. We want to pay you a royalty. We're going to produce the flies overseas. And Dave was like, zero chance. And Dennis said, well, I'd love to try to change your mind. And he grabbed one of Dave's flies, and then he grabbed a bunch of his production flies, shook them up, and he said, which one? Pick out the one that was yours compared to ours. And Dave couldn't do it. And he said, all right, you can sign me up.
Oh, that's
and that's
cool.
how the royalty program kind of started. And so it's the same program where for every dozen sold, tires get a royalty for their patterns. That's kind of transitioned to a lot of the other industry, but like I love the initial story came from two dudes just nerding out over fly tying. It was like,
Yeah.
it'd be cool if we could get paid for this.
Now, this is what stuck out of my mind. Flies per song, not songs per fly. These dudes were cooking. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's a cool story.
Yeah, and
I
their
hadn't
whole-
heard that the radio song.
Yeah,
story.
their whole program was like tie fly. They'd go steelhead fish in the morning, first light, come back, tie flies all day, steelhead fish at night. It was a way to just fuel more fishing.
That's so cool.
True addicts, which is cool. So anyway, what's in here is some of the original flies. This is our fly library. So we've got a lot of Umpqua's history housed here. So it allows us from a QC standpoint to come back, check originals. We have handwritten notes from the tires. We have all the materials so that if we ever get a call from someone like Lance and says, hey, our dart's looking a little out of spec, not only can we work directly with Lance, and I'm pointing to Lance, he's right there, but we can also refer back to the original sample if that tire isn't able to communicate, and that kind of stuff. Like Bob Quigley would be a perfect example of a lot of his flies we've got in here that we can just check original sample, tie by the tire, and they all live in here. So come on in.
Awesome.
So since you guys know Lance, I thought it'd be a really easy place to start with Lance. You've been a signature tire with Umpqua for
Right around 25 years.
not a bad run. A lot of flies that have been put in folks' hands and fly bins around the country. We've got a couple of Lances pulled here. I've seen corn-fed caddis, bionic copper. We've got the iron lotus. So these are all of the boxes you're seeing here. We transitioned away from these kind of, the headstand from 06. We've transitioned away from the envelopes into the boxes, but the archive, when we open this stuff up, it has original samples from the tire, which is always super cool. So these are, Lance just doesn't tie one, as you guys probably guessed. He ties many for us to have consistency, but then it has all Lance's notes on here as well. Some of our internal process here, but a lot of feedback from Lance himself here. Mr. Lance Egan, can't look at his address. No fan mail, please. But it'll have, oh, this is Brian enclosed. Oh, the Sumo Warrior samples. Good luck. Let me know what you come up with. One didn't come out, did it?
Sumo Warrior. It actually did. We just didn't call it that.
Oh, okay, perfect. But yeah, I'd love to have Lance, you kind of talk about our new process here. This is the Bionic in my hand. And you can see we've kind of got our checklist of initials next to everything. Last one, I guess we didn't receive inventory, so no one's fished this fly before, huh?
I have.
But
A few of our customers have.
I think talking about your process when it comes to working with the fly production team and how we bring a fly in alongside you would be super interesting.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. You send them flies. You guys probably get what, thousands of fly submissions every year?
We do quarterly submissions, yeah.
Quarterly.
It's a lot.
I know. I was asked by a prospective tire last night at the little event. They said, "Hey, how do I get a fly in with Umpqua?" I sent one in. I got rejected. I said, "Let me tell you a story. My first fly was a Rainbow Warrior. I thought I was in. I had a fly in the catalog. I then sent 24. I sent 24 new flies the next year, and Umpqua rejected 100% of them. So it's not easy to get in.
Glad you're still here.
But, if you stay the course and you're really confident in your flies and you have a way to market them, it can come to fruition. Nobody gets rich off this program, but it is fun. It's very rewarding for me to have people come in the shop, people reach out on social media saying, "Man, I tried your new Bionic Hopper and I can't believe how well it works. It floats well, it's easy to see, the fish love it." Those kinds of things make me happy. I love when people are catching fish, and I know you do with your flies as well.
Yeah, so like in the box here, you're going to see we've got Lance's original Bionic Hoppers. So in here, this is Lance's submission that he sent to us. And then when we get these, we say, man, that's a gotta have. Absolutely. Exactly. That's what I try to do with every submission. It's like, well, I'll just keep these then. Get a leg up on everyone else having them. And then from there, we reach out and we typically ask you for recipe.
Yeah. Yeah, we go through the recipes. We try and source materials, right? Assuming it's a fly you guys want to do, it's accepted. Then we go through what's the best hook for the situation. Usually, most of that's figured out, but then we find an alternative hook in case you can't get the one you really want.
In this case, no problem.
No problem. No, easy to do. Yep. And then, it's just a matter of then we send, they send the sample to the factory. The factory sends samples back. The guys here approve them. They send some to me. I approve, or maybe say, hey,
Approved.
yeah, exactly. Let's tweak the leg length. Let's work on the body diameter, or whatever the case may be. Most of the time they come back nailed. Every once in a while, small tweaks are necessary before they come to full production.
And then for us, as far as Umpqua's purposes go, you can see here, this kit has Lance's original. If for whatever reason we couldn't get a hold of Lance and we felt like we were getting calls that the fly was out of spec, we can always refer back to the originals, our notes we have with Lance to get that where it is, and then our approved samples, and then we can double check against inventory and like, oh, we are off, or no, your opinion of what the fly needs to be isn't actually what the tire designed it to be.
Right.
Because we get a lot of opinions on, well, I wish the wing was bigger on this one. I said, well,
Sure.
Lance wanted the wing just like this. Thank you.
Yes, you can tie your own, right?
You can tie your own, right? But it's kind of cool to look back through some of the old stuff. Let's see what the corn fed looks like. From 09. So when we brought this one in, this one's caught fish for a lot of years. So here's same thing, right? This is kind of cool to see this all the way back to 09. I assume, sir, check, are these your ties?
Yeah, those look like
Those look like your ties, I would agree.
those. It's definitely my writing on the top of that, and those are bins I would recognize. So yes.
So these are Lance's originals, and then we would have done samples in 09 here with Lance's corn fed.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that looks like what
Nailed
is
it.
in the bins today.
Nailed it.
And again, we've got Lance's notes, and this is a cool place to spend some time.
Yeah, definitely cool. My flies are pretty boring. There's lots of cooler flies in here, but we've got some from Charlie Craven. You might have heard of him before.
John
John
Barr.
Barr on the bottom. John has some of the most well-known patterns on planet Earth, for sure. We pulled some stuff from Mike Mercer. I've seen some flies in here from Pat Dorsey. We're dropping some big names here, but there are some real winner flies in here. Dave Whitlock.
Yeah, if we go all the way back, we've got some cool Whitlock stuff with kind of Dave's original drawings of what it should be. A little feedback on, this is how you wish every tire gave feedback, and amazing artistry, handwriting on what needs to be changed with the fly, and then a quick little sketch for the factories to update it. And then you can kind of see this is Whitlock's foam, Dave's hopper here with kind of all the pieces. Kind of reminds me of the Bionic in some way.
Yeah, that one does a little with a little deer hair head. It's a little got a bit more natural material on it. Dave was a true legend of the sport for sure.
Yes.
And as Russ mentioned, everything he did, he sent with some of his artwork. If it wasn't printed, it was original. He was a true legend of fly fishing, fly tying, fly fishing, teaching fly fishing.
It's all back when
Top of the top.
faxes were a big thing. But yeah, no, the archive's pretty special place. We're going to dig in and have some fun poking around at some old flies here. So here we are at Umpqua. This is our building. This has been our home since 06 when Umpqua relocated from Glide. This used to be an old motorcycle, and this was where they worked on all the bikes, and this was kind of admin for the bikes. So kind of an interesting history. Our owner, Hans, he does a lot of interior design architecture stuff, and you can see that reflected in the remodel we did when we moved in here, taking this over from a bike shop. So like you'll see a lot of curved surfaces. Hans is very proud of a lot of these features. A lot of curved surfaces here and a lot of glass walls that just kind of allow for nice line of sight, communal workspace, so you can kind of grab people as you're moving through it. cool ceiling that reminds me of the logging days of Glide, Oregon.
Oh.
And just nice flow here into our downstairs department. I've got my office. We've got purchasing and planning that happens here. And then we've got our marketing cube where our designer and graphic designer and content creator Jake works. He's editing up some BBB stuff already from last night. But yeah, this is downstairs. We also have our conference room. Boo. And I spend way too much time in there. And then our fly library, which we'll jump into later and show you guys some of the Umpqua archives at some point.
Cool.
So downstairs, yeah, it's a pretty cool design. As far as offices go, to spend some time, it's great because it's got a ton of natural lighting and
Yeah, it feels open and welcoming without, all the glass windows to all the offices is cool. The flooring is particularly neat.
Saley. So a couple years ago, Umpqua went through the painful process of resetting mission, vision, values, and like trying to find what it is we try to accomplish on a daily basis here. And so we actually printed those. You'll see them upstairs here, you'll see them downstairs here in our cafe. You'll see them upstairs as well as in our warehouse. And like, I've been in so many meetings where there's a difference of opinion and you're back and forth and it's like, I don't know how we're going to settle this. And we literally lean on our values all the time to help guide that. And so mission to make all anglers better through passion, education, and relentless innovation. And we consider innovation the way we structure our dealer services. Our vision to give people the best day on the water that signs off every email we send. Passion, innovation, honor, family, and customer. Without the customer, we don't exist. Act like it every day.
Love it.
So one of the cool things I always love coming up the stairs every day is we've got all of our catalog covers back to 08. We actually ran out of room. We had to bump one off. So we have 06, which is our oldest. But these are all done by Dave Hall. Dave Hall was Umpqua's original fly guy. You would remember working with Dave.
I remember Dave, yes.
Dave got hired on. He was a guide in the North Umpqua. Dave got hired on because he was an artist, right? And so he painted all of this stuff, but he also did amazing sketches. And so Dennis hired Dave because he needs someone to help with QC. So if fly came in with the wing tied or needed trimming or whatever, Dave could do a cool drawing of the fly and send those notes over to the factory to make sure QC was where it was supposed to be. Where things got really interesting was the introduction of the fax machine. Mm-hmm. And so you could have that QC happening fast. You take that stuff for granted. But back in the 80s, that was a big technology.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And we moved away from paintings here in 19, and we've done cool cover photos since.
Very cool.
I know I certainly have favorites. Curtis is about at the top of the stairs, and that's my favorite painting that Dave did of Dennis Black that's hanging right on the top of the stairs here. Dennis tight to a steelhead on the North Umpqua the year he passed. Commemorative cover. I absolutely love this. I'll show you guys the watercolor I've got in my office, which I'm bonkers about.
As many of us in the fly fishing industry ask on a daily basis, what does my rep even freaking do? This is what they do. We got a firm grip on the coffee cup, and so we're serious. But right now, if you look at his computer screen, not a damn thing's going on, but it's not his fault. He's on tech service call.
Uh-huh.
So I got the reps back today, boys. Anyway, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jackson. Been here for about 6 months, and I've had about 8 IT calls in that time, and I absolutely love it here. So
He's super young. It's actually orange juice in his cup. It's not even freaking coffee. What a rookie.
We're in our warehouse. The bionic hopper is one we've been doing really well with you guys and just kind of putting that in fish's face across the country. We're in our warehouse. We're going to go check that one out. And then we're going to talk about a little bit later how we bring that one into development. But this is the final piece of a fly's life. You down there? All right. So after we go through all the rigmarole of getting this thing into production, someone figures out how to catch a trout on a hopper.
Mm-hmm.
This is the end stage before we ship it to our fly shops, and it ends up in your hands on the end of your line in a fish's face. So this is Lance's bionic hopper. size 12. I thought we were grabbing 10, but what do I know? So the 12 count here, each one of these should be meticulously looked after and up to spec. Lance, can I get a yes?
Oh yes, a thing of beauty. Trout everywhere will rejoice.
Of beauty. I love it. So this is the final stage here.
That's almost as many as we have in our backstock.
And this is Umpqua's Fortress of Solitude here. We've got a lot of flies, top to bottom. We're in aisle Q, so give you a little sense of where we're at within the country of flies here. Pretty cool.
So what we've learned from Umpqua today is Randall Kaufman, maybe the godfather of the stimulator fly, maybe the cleanest, cool-looking fly in the world. That's how it started. This is how it's going. These are literally squirmy wormies, okay? Banned in competitions everywhere. But this is what's happening to our industry, okay? Pink. They got them all right? So let it be known they started with dry flies, and this is what it's turning into now.
You're only looking at 2 locations.
Oh yeah, never mind, just kidding.
All right, bro. This guy needs to be quiet. Look at this. This is an OG fly, yellow woolly worm. Tradition still exists. We're okay.
Yeah, but don't worry.
We did find some elk hair caddis over there too, so I stand corrected.
Here are some eggs. Here are more squirmies.
Uh-oh.
And here are some mops.
This is the wrong one to end on. Cut it out.
They're right next to bonefish flies. Come on, it's okay.
This video's for kids, so we won't show any more moths, so I probably better move on.
Move to the blobs. Do a lot of fly tying, kind of like fly fish food. This is
nice.
just an aisle of Umpqua hooks here on either end. And then we're going to go one more aisle, and you're going to find more Umpqua hooks and X series and U series hooks over here. So I know you guys like fly tying. We love it too.
Throw out a shout out to Dinger too, right? All right. You may have heard of this magical material. Dinger was in here showing me around yesterday. And this is what dreams are made of when it comes to shrimp pink ice dub. The bulk pack.
Man, how many French college you think you could do with that?
Couple 100,000.
I would say 6 or 7 based on the current state of dubbing in the world.
Depends on how much dubbing you use. The proper amount, 100,000. The improper amount, maybe 50.
Look, here's a box that says heavy. How heavy do you think this really is? Well, not heavy at all. We found Dinger's chip stash, though. There were 3 bags of chips in a box that says heavy.
Nobody will lift
Okay,
that.
now this isn't enough. Watch. In case you didn't know, this was art. That's a 5-minute job. Because they almost made it say Meavy, but they turned it into an H. And then on this side, they're like, we're not doing the block text again, but we want you to know, stay off this box. It's too hard to lift. When really, they just have the delicious Miss Vicky's, but they don't have the all dressed from Canada. So joke's on you. Come eat the chips. No one freaking cares unless they're all dressed.
So we found one other Egan thing we wanted to just show off here. We've got a... Oh, it's heavy.
Heavy box.
This one should be labeled
This
heavy.
one doesn't have chips in it.
So in addition to Egan's signature flies, we have a Lance Egan signature leader, which is something we've just started doing. Our factories have amazing hand-tied capability. So we worked with you to develop Egan's Euro leader in 3 different sizes.
Correct. Yeah, Brent and I put together a new program with some really high quality Japanese copolymer, very high visibility Euro leaders. As you mentioned, come in 3 different diameters. They're ready to go. You attach them to your Euro line. They have cider attached, tippet ring ready to go. You add tippet flies and you're into the fish.
So we've got a couple. I'm sure these guys have a couple too.
We have them in stock, flyfishfood.com or in the shops. They're available all over. Lots of other leaders here too.
None of this flies in the warehouse, Lance's.
Sorry.
How dare he?
We'll fix it. We'll fix it.
This is how they know I've always been in here, is when stuff looks like that.
Now fix. We're okay.
Thank you.
But we have lots of other awesome leaders from Umpqua. You guys always do great stuff. Thanks so much for showing us around. Believe it or not, Curtis was with us too. He's behind the lens. Boom, there he is. Oh, Cheech is back.
How's it going? Sorry, I was talking about airplanes and drones over there.
Finding more heavy boxes.
I found some heavy boxes. Unfortunately, one thing I've learned at Umpqua is they do not have good flavors of chips in their heavy boxes.
We've done some heavy lifting for you, showed you around Umpqua. We hope you enjoyed the video. Go catch a fish.
Hey, shout out to Brig and Spencer and everybody else who films in our videos, because filming is not the most exciting chore. And I've been lugging around this heavy camera, phone all day. Anyway, shout out to our crew. Thanks for joining us on this video. We'll see you on the next one.